Hello, this is Jordan MML. This is a short intro to the 9 out of 10 challenge I made for myself in World of Horror. In short, I'm trying to survive at least 9 quick play runs out of 10 on True Believer and Sudden Death On. So that means if I die twice, I have to start over. The rules for this challenge are on screen as well, so pause if you need to look over them. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy. There's a good chance I die here. I could die here, I could die in the 9th playthrough and then fail the 10th one. So let's just get into it. Resting at home raises doom. Medical history. Okay then. So I'm gonna get bandages, and I got Mizuki again. Ugh. This is random. No, it is random because when I did runs before on quick play, then I've gotten Miku and I've gotten Haru. So it just so happens I got them twice. Thankfully I didn't get. Oh, I got Iwa again. So it looks like I'm going to try to do for the same thing, except I have to be more wary of taking damage in combat. So actually I might be running more here than I did in my previous playthrough. To that end, I don't think I'm going to go for the occult shop. I think I'm going to actually try to reduce my combat encounters, and then... Yeah, let's go with that this time. And then home, and let's get to it. Take the free experience. I'm not the type to grab funds right away. Eels, Cape, Festival, Vigil, Arms. Cape, Festival, Vigil. So, normally my train of thought is, so I'm gonna do Eels first, and then I usually like to go from town to location mystery. So I'll probably go from Eels to Festival, then to Arms, then Vigil, then Cape. I usually leave Cape for last because Akamanto can be really painful. So let's do this. Eels. And this means I take less damage, but like I said, with the medical history, taking damage can result in a wound. I think it's stamina damage, right? Let me just check just to make sure. Or can I not check it? Oh yeah, I can't check it. No, I can't check it. Well, hopefully I remember what it does then. So yeah, so I have to be kind of careful with taking damage, which means I might consider running a lot more. Oh, I did not need that though. So let's just get to it. I'm gonna go to the apartments first and then go to Seaside again. I think there's a dex check. I'll just take this doom increase. Okay, now I'll go to Seaside again. I don't have any funds, so I can't go to any shops to buy anything. I think this is a charisma run, right? And I think Prey might be free. Warehouse might be strength. Okay, good. Fujiko does kick action, so that's good. But like I said, getting into battle might cause unwanted injuries to me. Though depending on the injury, it's not like I really. Well, yeah, actually, I might use strength this run. So Vigil again. I might go to. Actually, I might go to Vigil as my next mystery for the meat cleaver. That's hopefully in the storage. I believe it's always meat cleaver. I forgot to check into that one. My strength. This is luck. This is strength. I'm gonna try to break the window. I mean, you lose stamina, but then I think it's even more stamina loss if you fail. Unless that was no skill checks, but well. So here's where I would like to take the funds, but I'll wait till the next mystery, the third mystery, before I use any of my funds. Ooh, decisions. Yeah, because then if I go to a mystery where I can't go to shops, then I can't use the funds that I have, and I think I can still get pickpocketed if I go to Vigil or the other one where I need to be at a location. So I think that was a Goizo specific event. That just gives you that makes you pay for it. So this one, okay. So this one, well, I'll use the 1 funds now, so I don't unnecessarily roll. Yes, I know I have 7 strength, so it's 55%. Well, actually, I think it's a little more. No, because there's no threat level. I don't think the difficulty changes. It changes the. It can change the threat level easier, but yeah. So here, he can give me a concussion and he can give me lots of injuries. I don't think I'm going to take this fight, which means I'm going to want to try to rest a lot. I'm going to try to avoid resting a lot more. Also, it's Goizo, so resting is really has higher penalties, but if you have to do it, you have to do it. So that's burnt notes. I think the notes become clearer with the more knowledge you have, but as of right now, it doesn't really doesn't really do anything else. You mainly do Eels to get Kana, who lowers your damage down to pretty much 1. But she lowers it by 1, but then most enemies in this game do 2 damage, so here I would have lost funds. So that ultimately it's you have everyone's damage. For enemies that do 3, they probably do 2. and yada yada yada. Basically, if you have eels, probably should consider doing that one first, especially since there's no end fight and you don't really have to worry. So here's the thing. The thing with having Fujiko as an ally, your kick now does 3 damage, which means you can break thresholds such as hitting the Stalker Girl. Of course, you have to hit all. You have to get all the hits because you can't do attack boost twice because that results in a 75 time needed, which means you have 150 to do guaranteed 6 damage, but then you can't do a third kick. Whereas if you, so the best you can do for 9 damage is guaranteed kick, a kick at 90% chance to hit, and a kick at 80% chance to hit, which can be good or bad. Actually, this one's going to run from, as I'm talking that out right now, I'm going to run from this. So my Doom's already at 26. This is really not good. So I kind of want to start fighting things at the same time I don't. So here I'm going to punch her a wound. This is reason loss. So technically you want to make sure you have enough. You have at least 3 reason if you want to try to save Kana here. But if you can't, you shouldn't be if like I said, if you're doing eels first, that shouldn't be a problem unless you get into a fight with the ghost and you have spider, and then you can't run away and you have a lot of reason loss. That's happened to me before, so that's why I can give that specific example. Rioters, that's fine. Though, well, if I get a rioter going downtown, then that can not be fine. That can be not fine. So here I want to take a free experience again. I haven't even leveled up. If I actually fought those fights, then I probably would have leveled up. Actually, I'm gonna change this now. I'm gonna go somewhere where I can't use my funds. So, what I say? I said I was gonna try Vigil. I think I might actually go to Festival instead. Yeah, let's go to Festival. I could check to see what medical history does exactly right now, but I'm pretty sure it's stamina damage, if not any damage, but which can be a big difference. So if it was just stamina damage, and then I might be able to just get away with fighting things like reason, but I can't remember right now, and that's kind of my fault. I don't remember. I think this is perception, and this is one's knowledge, one's perception. Let me just check. This is perception. Okay, good. Empty bottle, that's good as long as my bath remains useful at the end of the mystery, because you can basically use your empty bottle to get a free stamina from your bath. Of course, you have to hit the bath and then not do anything in the bath. You have to refill it and then do it. If you hit into the bath and didn't take one of the bonuses, you can't refill your empty water bottle. So here, I might actually want to just start fighting now. So here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna do 90, 90, 90. No, I might as well take the guaranteed. I mean, either way, I'm taking a gamble, so I'm gonna do this. As of right now, you can only do a maximum of 8 commands, I think, unless I'm just bugged right now. But I would have liked to be able to do 1 more damage. Yeah, because then I can't beat her into it. But she only does 1 stamina damage, so I might as well take this fight. Now I can level faster. Please don't injure me. Okay, good. So guaranteed. A nice quality of life thing would be to do last action done, because you likely have what you want to do in mind. For I would believe most people have an idea of what they want to do. Also, I'm not using weapon, so this is strength. I might as well put it on in case I use it. But yeah, having last action done would be nice, because most of the time you're not changing unless it's either a spiritual battle or you suddenly run into issues. I'm sure there's an optimal option, but I'm gonna actually refuse, because I think one of them gives you hunger, and I don't want that, as Mizuki using 8 charisma. Small experience cast. Do I have any spells? No, I don't. Extra funds. Attuned with the rhythm of life. +1 luck. So, so I'm gonna do this and just prepare, because I want at least 8 strength for sure. And since I have Iwa with me, then yeah, I kind of want to start speccing into strength, and I might want to get away from doing kick. I can't do anything. I just have to take this. Good thing I passed. That was experience. I think this is through roll investigation. If you manage to get the ending A for this one, for your reason lost, great. So let's see here. This one. Oh. Now this one on True Believer is actually really scary, because it's a guaranteed, I think, 3 loss for 2 funds. So 3 stamina loss, 3 reason loss, and then this is Doom. And I'm gonna take the Doom here because I don't want to. Because Yeah, I have enough Doom. I said I know it said it's scary for me right now because my Doom's a little higher than I want it to be, but yeah, it's better than taking the loss to one of these and dying earlier. So I think Dex is run and reveal yourself might be Charisma. I definitely don't have Dex, so I'm gonna do this. Charisma check failure, and now I have injury. No. So here's where I start to contemplate because on medical history I might be getting a lot more injuries. If somehow I'm getting medical history wrong, either way I have an injury. I have an injury that where if I get hit, I might take an actual minor, major. I think it's major. Usually for me it's major injury, injury. So I might want to save my funds to get that treated. So here the thing is, yeah, the weapons, the Serval's too slow. If I could do 2 attacks, this would be great, but I can't. Unless I just don't prepare at all, which you might want to do, because that's just RNG. If I'm relying on a coin flip anyway, I might as well go for it. So the thing is here, if I do shovel twice and I hit both, then I can end this in 2 turns. If I do kicks and guaranteed kicks pretty much, then I can end this in 3 turns max and only take 2 hits. So I know last video I could have ended the boss with a strong attack and that was my fault, but this could be under right now, and I'm not trying to do this for the sake of prolonging it. If I die twice, I'm just gonna start over anyway. So I can't even attack boost. I can't even attack boost. And it only does 1 stamina. So let's do it. Gamble. Yes. Oh yes. And she hit me anyway, and I immediately got an injury. So oh my goodness. That's fine, because I think most of the time I'm going to be kicking anyway, so, that's fine, I guess. So this should kill her. Unless I'm somehow reading this wrong. Okay, yeah, this should kill her. Thank you, Fujiko. But, yeah, less dex, less strength, which means, I'm sad now. So, that gamble paid off. I don't plan to gamble anymore unless I'm forced to avoid dying. And when I say forced to, I mean I have no other choice but to gamble. But yeah, that time it paid out, and you kind of have to sometimes take these risks on True Believer. And if it's a coin flip like that anyway, you might as well. Well, it was actually more 25%. I can immediately go to the Overgrown Factory because I've been doing a thorough investigation. And usually this just requires you to explore the forest every time you can while you're doing this mystery. I forgot to click because that's how you progress this. And yeah, this should be a good second mystery, except I have an injury that's lowering my strength and dex. So I might want to consider, if I don't get a strength perk, I might consider upping my strength, although I'm also in need of healing. And I also have an empty bottle, which I need to remember to fill in my bath. So, second mystery done. Please let me bath. Okay. That can be good or bad. Most of these are a matter of trying to plan around what's happening. So losing dog can be good or bad, usually, but right now, what I really care about is bath, so I'm going to refill this bottle, and I'm at the threshold where taking the extra 5 plus experience might be good, but I'm just going to take the healing, because my mindset is if I'm not topped off, then if I'm not at max stamina and or reason, I might as well take the healing. It can't hurt. So now I want to go do arms, because this one's pretty much free. It's basically everything that happens in between, and the ending is free. So for the sake of my items, what I'm going to do is put my bottle in storage, and then start investigating. Investigate hospital twice. So I actually have 4 funds. I can't go to a dog anymore, and I said I was going to do this. It's a good thing this is what I kind of like about talking through commentary, because at least I can talk through. So what I'm going to do is, I know I might get pickpocketed, so I'm only going to try to heal my broken bone. And I got badly bruised. Well, yeah, that one will go away at the end of the mystery, so that's fine. And I'm gonna keep my 2 funds. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to lower the combat counters. So that means I'm gonna get a lot more events. So that's a trade-off. It sounds good, but actually having more events can be bad for you, because obviously if you're ill-fated, you don't want to get a lot of you don't want to roll a lot. So for ill-fated, you might want to consider keeping the combat encounters normal. So yeah, so bandage, yes, I have a bandage, but that only helps for minor injuries, in case anyone's wondering. Is this luck or charisma? I'm gonna stay on the phone. Okay, good. Yeah, so that's basically taking reason loss, but you reduce the amount of doom that you have. And I don't think that one rolled at all, unless I have math off, which is weird. I thought I had it on. Yeah, I do have it on because yeah, I remember. So I got another +2 funds. Now I want to consider buying something. I think I'm gonna, because I'm on my third mystery at 34% doom. That's not bad. I can't go to dog because dog disappeared. So I'm gonna go to the hardware store, try to get. So here's the thing about Carpenter Hammer, its chance to hit is low, so you're almost always doing the 40 turn prepare, or 40 time prepare. Again, there's a shovel here, but the speed is so high that it normally doesn't matter. I'm not too accustomed to. So here, So actually, if I'm gonna level up a lot, I want to take Crowbar because then I'll get a lot of guaranteed 100% chance to hits. With Carpenter Hammer, you're almost always taking a chunk of 40 off to guarantee that you hit. Either way, they're both good. They're both better than the shovel, so I think I might take one. It's a matter of which one, though. They're both a gamble in terms of what I might want. Also, this requires that my strength is higher. Since I'm a true believer, I'm gonna believe in this. I think. The thing is, 20 speed. Yeah, usually 20 speed here is really good. I really want to deliberate this because I don't want to make a mistake. Carpenter Hammer, go. So yeah, so I'm gonna equip Carpenter Hammer, and I'm gonna keep Shovel in my inventory. So when I fight a boss, so when I fight probably Akamanto in my when I fight Akamanto, I should start doing the side quest. I'll throw the shovel at him. So I'm gonna keep that in my inventory as long as possible. I can't really do anything here. So I basically went. I got -5 doom from that one event, and then I got +5 doom. I still need to go to the hospital again. What am I doing? Oh man. So a lot of people complain about spiritual encounters because ultimately, on average, if you're following basically the rules of binary algorithms, if this will take you around 3 to 4 turns to complete on average. If you get really lucky, you get 1 turn. I think I might consider running. I might consider running. The thing is, once you get it right, the trade-off is that yes, you might have spent 3 to 5 turns guessing the combination right, but every other ghost encounter that you run into, you basically solve in 1 turn. That's why I kind of don't mind as much. But people complain about the mechanics of having to guess a certain segment. I mean, I'm kind of either or. I understand, but yeah. So actually, what I might want to do here is, so I mean, I could do the offering to. Yeah, if I do offering into no, I can't do that. It's specifically made so that I can't do that. Should I try to do this? I should probably try to do this. So around here is where I kind of lost my audio, so this is kind of me post-commentary, but I'm gonna try to provide live commentary. So this is pretty much live, not really pre-recorded because I'm doing it in one, but yeah, this is a ghost encounter. So yes, I do know how the video kind of ends, but I don't remember what happens in between. So I think here I'm really just deliberating what I want to do, because yeah, I just talked about how ghost encounters are kind of a thing in terms of people not liking them, and as I said earlier, I don't really mind them because once you clear one, you can clear the others. I guess it's just the clap bow that feels feels a bit clunky to people. So here I go, and I think I did this without a cheat sheet. I should really start using a cheat sheet. So basically, you're basically doing, for any programmers or people familiar with algorithms, you're doing a kind of a binary search. So, or if you're good at math and tracking outcomes, then it's the same thing. You basically clap 5 times first, and then after that, based on the result you get, like I got 3 ritual moves, you do 3 claps and 2 bows. Depending if you get 2 or 4, you kind of change the order. But in the end, you're basically trying to cut it in half, and you're trying to go from there. On the second time, though, you kind of want to try to flip things around, and in the end, you are just guessing out of all possible combinations. Again, why people don't like it, but I can kind of see conceptually why this was implemented into the game. I mean, it makes sense to me, and I'm okay with it, but Although it does hurt True Believer runs because you're taking reason damage. At this point, I also have Kana, so it helps mitigate even more. Otherwise, this would have been 2 reason per. I probably would have just ran. But I'm going to take this fight because, well, I'm banking on the fact that once you do get it right, like I said, all other ghost encounters, you just have to do the same combination. You don't need to... It's not different for every ghost encounter, at least for the run that you're currently doing. Let's see. At this point, I'm trying to remember what the actual combination is because this now it's one ritual move. I think you needed to flip them around. So it was bow, clap, clap, bow, clap, I believe. And I still don't have the cheat sheet in front of me. So this just could be from going from memory and from what I remember from basically looking at the cheat sheet every other time especially when I started playing the game. So that was the combination. So now if I run into any more of the ghost encounters, all I need to do is do bow, clap, clap, bow, clap, and I'll get free experience pretty much. I think. So let's see. I have yet to do the hospital location quest, so I think I'm debating here whether or not I want to actually rest, because with Goizo I have a doom penalty to resting. So that's 2 plus stamina, 2 plus reason, so 4 for 6. So ultimately you're losing overall, except when you're dying, then you might as well rest because you either die now or die later. To doom anyway, if your doom is high. At this point my doom isn't that high for the number of mysteries I've completed so far, so I'm willing to take that. Again, it could bite me in the butt if it ends up I end up dying for doom, but that's just the trade-off I have to take. Not resting means I'm low on stamina and or reason. So here I thought Dull Nurse was a ghost encounter. She's not. I think there's also a mechanic where she actually doesn't hit you unless you hit her, but I can't think of off the top of my head what the... I guess the pro would be that you can just spend turns searching for items. But other than that, because if you don't plan to fight her, you're going to run, which causes 5 doom anyway. If you do fight her, especially on first turn, then she's going to start hitting you. So, like I said, if she really doesn't attack you until you get attacked, then my strategy should have been to... my strategy should have been to just look for an improvised weapon, pick things up. That way you have more weapons to throw, and that kind of makes sense in that regard. But no, I just end up hitting her immediately. I know I can hit her. I know I can beat her anyway because I can get 2 free Carpenter Hammer hits. Some people think Carpenter Hammer is good. Some people think it's eh. On a True Believer run with... I mean, whether you're running True Believer a lot or not, the most you'll probably get with Carpenter Hammer is 2 hits on average. Maybe you can get 3 hits with the math calculation because it's a strength-based weapon, so maybe with a high enough strength. But on True Believer, you're probably not reaching that threshold. And this is with Mizuki with Iwa too, so I already have a +2 strength. And I can only... Oh, I'm dying. I can only get 2 off, so... yeah. Maybe a late game Miku with Carpenter Hammer might be good, but in the end you're using Carpenter Hammer to heal stamina over time, and right now I'm dying of reason, so it's not helping me as much. I should have gotten the other weapon when I was at the shop, but I mean, I'm just calling it as it is right now, providing commentary. Here I thought I was going to make it 8 charisma. I think the threat level was at 0, so I had a 75% chance of passing it, but personally, I played gachas. I played with RNG as a game developer myself. I know how RNG. I'm somewhat familiar with RNG. So 75% to me is still just a coin flip. If it's not 100%, it's 50-50. Maybe a 95%. Even though there's that threshold where if it's 90 or 95%, you'll usually do it. But then you get unlucky. So that's why, to me, unless it's 100%, it's pretty much 50-50. I wouldn't even gamble on the 95%. I think even in my first run, I did not gamble on it was like a kick, and I didn't want to gamble on that. So, or weapon attack. Either way, I'm not gambling on 95%. Unless I'm forced to, obviously. So here I'm looking for reason. I thought I was going to find prescription kills. Prescriptions do kill in this game. Can't confirm that for sure. That's just... But, yeah, I said I just got a lot of pain medication, painkillers, a lot of stamina healing items, which I mean, I guess if I was able to buy more than one of them, then what I would do is when since my stamina's capped out again, when I get to a combat battle, I think it's called meditate. You meditate, so you lose 2 stamina for one reason, and then you just heal on stamina over and over. But no, I only have 2 funds, and I just ended up getting painkillers. I might as well. I'm not planning to go back in there. And that was a good call because I spent the funds, and so I didn't have any to lose. So since it's arms, I get a free win here. Tiny Key is useless because I don't have school as a mystery, so there's that. And I don't have bathing anymore, so yeah, this is not looking good for my reason. If I rest, my Doom's gonna raise a little bit too high for my liking. Considering I've done a lot of mysteries by now, but I mean it's not like I'm at my last mystery. I still have a ways to go, basically. So I mentioned this earlier. I usually like to keep my Doom percentage at around 20% Doom per mystery. You could go a little higher, but I normally like to be lower, so around actually 16%. But that's hopeful thinking on True Believer, especially if your luck is bad. But that's why I kind of built this threshold for myself. So every mystery I try to be around 20% Doom. And I know that kind of sounds odd because there are 5 mysteries, so 5 times 20 is 100 Doom. But it's just how I like to keep my Doom. That's why I kind of go around 16% as well, because I try to account for any Doom gain. So here I'm trying to do the Akamanto side quest, where basically you need to go to the school and basically hit the rumor button on all students until you get the rumor that basically you're looking for the name Akamanto to appear. And it's a rumor about Akamanto where you refuse whatever he gives you. And this is based on true basically folktale, I should say. I don't know the word off the top of my head. I hope that's probably, I don't feel that's right. But yeah, I get really unlucky here, and as you pass time, if you wait, it refreshes the students, I think, for less Doom as opposed to going out and coming back in. But yeah, I'm really not getting lucky. I'm hoping that one of them is going to give me the rumor. And nope, I didn't get it. And I think I just end up leaving because my Doom's raising too high. I would have stopped right there as well. So this means I'm going to take a guaranteed 5 loss. Well, I'm gonna lose 5 stamina because, well, I'm kind of trying to balance them out. Akamanto does 3. I think with Kana it does 2. But either way, trying to kill him in 3 turns with a Carpenter Hammer is not going to happen unless I have a lot of things to throw him or I get healing immediately. This is why I go back into the pharmacy to look for prescription pills or some kind of reason heal. There's experimental drug. Unfortunately, I have 2 funds, so I can't buy it. So this is really, really bad. All I need to do is get past Akamanto, and I would probably have an easier time, except I have another mystery. So, I mean, in the end, at this point, I don't believe I'll make it through this run. So, great second run. Past the first run, keep in mind, I need to do 10 runs here. So, and survive at least 9 of them. So, losing on the second is not wouldn't be very good for me. But, things look really dire, but I might as well play it out. I mean, you never know what could happen. Especially if I had a Holy Candle, I would definitely not lose hope, because at least I know that I would have some way to recover Doom if the opportunity gives. This is a perception check. I fail, 50-50. +1, so actually I think I failed barely. I think, what happens if you tie? I think you pass, right? But then the threat level was up 1, so I lost it because it rolled with plus. Managed to level up, I would heal Reason, assuming I don't. Yeah, assuming I don't. So there, I flip the encounters and complain to hopefully wish for an encounter where hopefully a ghost encounter. And I'm not sure if there's a generic ghost encounter that you can meet anywhere. But I get out of funds, and this kind of drains one of your 3 resources. I choose stamina. None of the options were good for me. That's not an event you want to see when you're running low on health and high on Doom. So, elevator ride, I don't think I've ever succeeded this one, and this is more reason loss when you fail it. So at this point, I feel like Miku. I'm doomed already. So I'm forced to take a rest here. I mean, because if I end up failing another skill check, I would die. So I do take the rest. My doom is looking. I'm in complete despair. And this is not an ill-fated run. This is a medical history run, I believe. So yeah, this is me passing some skill checks too. So yeah, True Believer is definitely a big RNG fest, but that's part of the reason why I did this challenge. I wanted to challenge. It's a challenge. I wanted to challenge myself. Stubborn Receptionist is a charisma check, so I feel confident in passing it, even though it's True Believer. So 50-50 anyway. So yeah, all I can really do is just go through. Try to make it so that I have at least 2 turns against Akamanto. My doom keeps increasing, and I have another mystery after Vigil. So yeah, it doesn't seem like I'll be able to win. If I enter, I get an encounter, I believe. If I resist, I have to do a skill check. So I take the encounter, or what I thought was an encounter is actually Frostbite. Because if you enter a dimension, you are almost guaranteed Frostbite. I think there's one where if you succeed, you don't get Frostbite, but you're pretty much getting Frostbite, especially with the Boreal Expanse. So I just take the gamble, I think. Yeah, I would take the gamble, and I get Exposed Rib as well. Not my most pressing, not the most pressing issue to have, since the reason is the reason I'm dying right now. But so I'm mulling over my options, wondering if I should equip the shovel instead. I only get 2 turns though. I take 5 damage, still only get 2 turns because of how low my reason is. But that doesn't help either because my phenomenal would have been 5. So here I get 2 turns because Kana reduces the damage Akamanto does by 1. So he went from 3 to -2. And but my reason is at 4. So if I had 3 turns, maybe I'm gonna throw the shovel. Obviously, this is probably the only encounter I really need to care about. At least the one I need to be afraid of the most. And here, I believe my only option would be just to gamble on RNG and just to try to hit him with my low base chance to hit of 40%. Unless I choose to kick, but either way, the math doesn't work out. If I kick 6 times, not 6 times, the number's right. If I kick 3 times, and I only do 6 damage, I need 5 turns to kill him. Oh, well, and I get damage 4 times because with the turn in which you kill someone is you don't take damage. Unless, of course, you're under a curse, which I think I was. No, I wasn't. I think that was the last one. But this one, yeah, it's not looking good. If I attack with my Carpenter Hammer, I probably do around 8 damage, just off the top of my head, with a safe option, but that still costs 3 turns, and I would kill him on the 4th turn, and I don't have that many turns. So, at this point, I should probably just accept my death. Can't run, obviously. It's Akamanto. He's at the end of the mystery. You're forced to fight him. I can't do any of the support options, which are pretty much not helpful at all, because I understand the design of the support options from a developer standpoint. They're supposed to help you in longer battles if they're designed that way. But if you look at them objectively, as they are right now, they're kind of just... They're supposed to be there to help you... They would be there to help you with longer battles, except on True Believer, you don't have the health to survive longer battles, and most of the time your best option is to go all out on DPS anyway, on damage anyway, so spending a turn doing support actions ends up not giving you as much. I think most of that is due to the nerfs that Dodge and Brace got since this game's release, which did make sense because Dodge got nerfed 10%, so now when you dodge, it guarantees that you have a 40% chance to dodge, which is not great on hard difficulties. And is even, like I said, even then, you want to spend that turn doing damage. Most of the time when you're doing dodge, you don't have enough time to do damage. So here I'm just throwing myself, just assume I'm going to die. I would assume I'm going to die if I looked at this. So yeah, I missed both attacks, not doing well. I think I just accept my fate here. I go for big. I think I just go for. I end up trying to go for dodge because that's the only real option that where if I get lucky with RNG, I can win. I mean, it's my only way out. So to me, that's what dodge is for. It's if you have no other way and you really want to survive and you just need to throw it all to fortune. And I end up dying. So, So yeah, that was the first run I died in for this 10 runs, and so now I can't die. If I die a second time, I have to start over. So here's hoping that I survive 8 more runs. Um, if I recall, because I didn't this the time I'm recording this post commentary is pretty fresh. So here I'm probably mulling over the fact that I should have gotten, I think it was the crowbar instead of the carpenter hammer. With the crowbar, I mean, if I were more experienced, I could probably map it out and say whether or not I had 3 or 2 attacks. But the end conclusion I wanted was if I got crowbar, maybe I would have been able to do 3 attacks, and maybe that would have allowed me to live. Uh, at least with complete RNG, I died in 2 turns anyway. I needed 2 turns to do damage because on the 3rd turn I would have killed. Yeah, that's not great. Sorry, short technical difficulties there, but yeah, in the end, I maybe I should have gone crowbar. Maybe I should have. I mean, in hindsight, all of these things I could have changed, but it's a true believer run. In the end, you're at the mercy of RNG to some extent. But I'm sure there are some things you can do to try to prepare. I'm sure there may be GG easy strats, but yeah, this is my second run and I ended up dying. So hopefully in my 3rd run I can start surviving. My 4th run, my 5th run. Hopefully I can last a bit longer before I have to start over. But yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video for now. I hope you continue watching if you enjoyed. I'm going to keep trying to do this challenge until I clear it, or, well, hopefully I don't stop. So, yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.